Hello and welcome back to ParticularPixels. I'm Xiaoling, and in this short video I just want to let you guys know that for those of you who are interested, you can pick up Ryse Son of Rome for free at the moment on a site called Gamesessions.com. All you need to do is create an account, download the game and play it for more than 5 minutes, at which point it gets permanently added to your Gamesessions account. And yes, it is the full game. I've played through from beginning to end the entirety of Ryse Son of Rome. So this is pretty cool indeed. This is a promotion that's going on at the moment. I believe it lasts for 30 days. I'm not sure exactly when the 30-day account has started. It doesn't have any information on the site itself, but if you guys are interested in the game, I would do it sooner rather than later. There are some limitations to the version that you get on the Gamesessions site. The first one is that the game is not playable online. So you only have access to the single player campaign and you can play the arena modes solo. The other issue with the Gamesession version of the game is that there's an overlay in the bottom center of the screen that you cannot remove. It's pretty small for the most part. It's a little bit distracting, but not enough to deter you from actually enjoying the game. And the other thing is there are ads that promote their site that pop up sort of every 10-15 minutes. I didn't really time it. So it'll take you out of the game to the ad and say, come check out some of our other games, or did you know that we rent games, or rate the game that you're currently playing. You can't skip it. You'll have to wait 3 seconds, at which point you can click back to game and continue playing the game you were playing. Thankfully though, it does pause the game when this happens, but it doesn't make it any less distracting when it does happen. And finally, when you log into Ryse with your Gamesessions account, your Ryse profile name, in game at least, is going to be Gamesessions. And this is not changeable either as far as I can tell. And so that's how you can get Ryse Son of Rome for free. The download size of the game is 25 gigs, I believe, if I remember correctly, for those of you who have limited cap or limited internet speed capability. So I know Ryse came out 3 years ago, probably wondering why I'm even bothering with making this video at this point. But I avoided Ryse based off of the mediocre press reviews and some other opinions that I'd heard online. And so I kind of avoided the game, even though I still had a curiosity for it, and I have had ever since it released. So, you know, every Steam sale comes along and I ponder whether or not I should be picking up the game. So I was very, very happy and very, very thankful that this promotion came along where I could get to play the game. I played through the entire campaign on the Gamesessions version of the game. I enjoyed it so much, I decided to purchase the Steam version off of the Gamesessions site, got a Steam key, activated the game on Steam, and have been playing it on Steam ever since. This is the footage you guys are seeing in this particular video, hence the reason there is no overlay or anything like that. I must say though, guys, I have enjoyed this game way more than I thought I would have. There are, of course, a few issues with the game. It's not perfect. The campaign is quite linear, and it is also quite short. You're looking at about 5-6 hours, I suppose. The combat, a lot of people complained that the executions were all canned animations, so you got to see the same executions over and over and over and over. And while that is a valid concern, I suppose, you can unlock more executions, but they are played at random. You don't choose which ones you're going to do, and you can unlock quite a fair amount of them. But I found that about a little ways into the game, the executions became less of a focus, but rather the timing of the combat battles. And really, the combat reminded me a lot of Shadows of Mordor or one of the Batman games, or even Sleeping Dogs, you know, things like that. And I think that if you guys enjoy that kind of combat in those kinds of games, this is probably worth picking up the free version at least to play it. It's definitely worth playing. Obviously, I don't think it's worth full price, but yeah, the game's 75% off from the Gamesessions site as well if you want to get a Steam copy if you missed it on the Steam summer sale. In fact, I've enjoyed the game so much. I've played through the campaign twice now, and I've just started playing the arena mode, as you can see from the footage in the video. And the game really starts to shine, I think, in the arena mode or in the harder modes of the campaign, where combat becomes a much more tactical affair. You don't just button mash, you know, you have to watch your placement and you have to be relatively careful because you can die pretty quickly. And at that point, I think it becomes quite rewarding when you manage to pull off multiple executions and environmental executions and things like that. And I've really found that the more I play the game, the more I'm actually enjoying the game. And I'm looking super forward to playing the game co-op when I get a chance to do that. But of course, that's not to say the game is without issues. The campaign is very linear and it's also very short. So you're looking at about 5 to 6 hours on normal mode, I suppose. I've played through it twice. I'm also looking forward to play through on Legendary mode, but that's me. I enjoy the combat, and the combat, the good graphics, and the good voice acting is enough for me to want to replay the campaign. The downside of having to replay the campaign, though, is that a lot of the cutscenes aren't skippable. Some of them are. They serve as sort of a cutscene while the game loads, but others are not skippable at all, and you have to watch the whole thing. It's really, really inconsistent, and I'm not sure why that is. So you are going to have to rewatch a lot of cutscenes. So that's a big gripe that I have with the campaign mode. There are sections where you shoot a sort of a mounted crossbow. Those aren't particularly interesting, and there's a lot of auto-aiming going on, but thankfully there aren't a lot of those sections in the game. And finally, there is a spear throwing mechanic as well, where you can aim and throw spears, or you can quick throw spears. It seems to be a little bit finicky, to be quite honest. I'm used to it now, so I can almost get it to do what I want every single time. But you're not always guaranteed to hit the target that you want to hit. And of course, sometimes you want a quick throw and your guy starts aiming, or you want to aim and your guy quick throws, and you have a limited amount of spears. So that can be a little bit annoying. And then of course there are the sections where you have to deal with archers by throwing spears at them, and those are a little bit annoying as well. But once you know where to stand and once you know how to do them, they are relatively quick to get through. There are also collectibles in the game that you can pick up, although to me there wasn't much incentive in collecting them since they don't give you anything towards your progression. But they do give you a little bit of backstory, I suppose, for those of you who are interested in that. And the final thing I want to talk about is the massive stutter problems that people have been experiencing in Ryse, Son of Rome. These problems I was getting as well. They are worse in certain sections and certain battles in the game. It almost makes the game unplayable. But thankfully there is a simple solution to all of this. I headed over to the PC Gaming Wiki for Ryse. There are a few steps that you can take to fix this issue. It really is just a matter of adding a line into the system.config file for the game, turning on triple buffering in your video control panel, and turning on VSync. And for me, that fixed the problems almost 100% of the time and makes the game completely playable. Performance wise though, the game runs fine once the fixes are applied, running at 1440p. I've seen the game drop to about 75 FPS in some sections, but mostly remains over 100 at that resolution. But I usually play at 1080p, at which point the game runs between 120 144 FPS. On very rare occasions it drops to a low 100, I suppose. I've always preferred high frame rate over high resolution since I got my G-Sync screen, since I prefer the smoothness of a high frame rate gaming experience. But anyway, I think that about wraps it up for this particular video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope some of you found it helpful. I highly recommend that those of you who have had a passing interest or a curiosity about Ryse, Son of Rome, that you guys hop on the special, check it out. It's definitely worth it. And as usual, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I've been Xiaoling. Until next time.